You're watching San Antonio's only live university student-produced newscast, Lakefront Live. Real news for students, all in one place.
Welcome to Lakefront Live. I'm Neida Escamilla. Cap and gowns are set to arrive for graduating seniors next month, but while others are celebrating, some are anxious about the next step into the job world. Shannon Marie explains.
Graduation is a memorable time for college students, but many are facing the pressure of finding jobs after walking the stage.
I'm really anxious and scared that I probably won't find a job.
According to the Associated Press, about 1.5 million of those holding bachelor's degrees under the age of 25 last year were jobless or underemployed. Since 1980, the numbers have fluctuated with a significant increase in 2008. But here we are in 2014, still looking at some of the highest numbers of the decade. Andres Jaime, Director of Career Services, gives some advice on what graduating seniors need to do to prepare for a career.
You're kind of thinking ahead, what's going to happen after graduation, right? What if I can find a job? What would I do? We also recommend graduate school for students that really didn't prepare.
Students are paying a lot of money to get a higher education, so they need to make sure they use every single resource their college offers, including signing up to be a job seeker, which provides students with job opportunities, workshops, and connections to potential employers.
Internships are crucial, almost requirement nowadays to be able to more effectively network and create employment opportunities for all students of all backgrounds, of all majors.
The Associated Press reports that students are more likely to get employed as waiters and waitresses than as mathematicians and engineers. A scary thought for students who are graduating with thousands of dollars in debt. Students have a 6-month grace period after graduation to pay back student loans. But what options do they have when they're unemployed after graduation? The right to defer payment. If you attend graduate school or join the military, you can postpone payments until you finish. You can also defer payments through a hardship deferment if, for example, you are sick and unable to work. The right to pay based on what you earn. The pay-as-you-earn plan puts your monthly payment at 10% of your income. The right to loan forgiveness. If you work in childhood education, law enforcement, public health, the military, or a government position, you might be eligible to have your student loans forgiven. The right to change payment schedule. For graduates making less than what they thought upon graduation, they can choose to have their payment schedule from 10 years to 25 years. It will decrease the monthly payment but increase the interest on the loan. But Jaime says Career Services is here to help students beat the statistics.
We prepare you so you can go out there and find a job on your own with our support.
I know that a lot of graduates do find jobs after graduation, despite the numbers that say that don't. Even though employment's low right now, I'm willing to beat the statistics.
Shannon Marie, Lakefront Live.
Tuesday morning, students received a chance to learn about FBI career opportunities. Special Agent Armando Fernandez touched base on the FBI's internship program, what kind of students the FBI recruits, and what disqualifies possible recruits. Fernandez emphasized that students should stay committed to their dream of one day working for the FBI.
Their goal is to be in the FBI, whether it's a special agent or an employee, is stick to that goal. Is that first and foremost, obviously they're not going to meet the qualifications because of the age and the job, but to stay with that goal, no matter what comes in front of them, if their goal or the dream is to work with the FBI, is keep working towards those qualifications. That once they have that, they'll be able to attain that goal.
The deadline to apply for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act is on Monday, but the administration has extended the time period for those with complex or extenuating circumstances. People will need to check a box on the application that says they tried to enroll before the March 31st deadline. So far, over 6 million people have enrolled in Obamacare. To apply online, visit healthcare.gov. The Salvation Army is helping people get back on their feet with its rapid rehousing program. Why one woman says she's ready to have her own place to call home.
I'm ready to get on my feet.
Eliza Mitchell has been in and out of homeless shelters for 3 years. Currently, she calls the Salvation Army home.
It's all right living in the Salvation Army. I mean, not forever. I need my own place.
That could soon happen thanks to the rapid rehousing program by the Salvation Army.
Rapid rehousing is mainly for clients that are homeless or fleeing domestic violence.
I'm ready for the rapid rehousing. I'm ready to do it.
The Salvation Army pays for the first month's rent and security deposit, then 75% of the second month and half of the third month.
They can choose where they want to live. As long as the apartment complex approves them, then we should have no issue providing the assistance.
Eliza is disabled. Her only income is the Social Security checks every month.
I have to go to this class, and they're going to tell me how to budget my money, and then I go to another class. And after that, I'm looking for an apartment.
One thing Eliza Mitchell is looking forward to the most is
My own bed.
Mitchell says she is blessed to be a part of rapid rehousing and is ready to have a place to call home.
You have to crawl before you can walk.
After the break, new satellite images of what could be Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 and the rising death toll in the Washington mudslide. We'll be right back. The United States, along with European allies, have decided to kick Russia out of the G8. This comes as a result of Russia's annexation of Crimea. President Obama and other world leaders came together in the Netherlands to discuss further actions that include more sanctions on officials close to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Also, U.S. companies such as Visa and MasterCard have ceased processing charges in Russia, meaning those cards can't be used in the Russian Federation. Hope may still be alive in finding the wreckage of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. New satellite images have spotted 122 objects floating in the southern Indian Ocean. On Monday, a text message was sent out by Malaysia Airlines to families of people aboard saying, "We deeply regret that we have to assume beyond any reasonable doubt that MH370 has been lost and that none of those on board have survived. Analysts are optimistic about the latest findings since the objects found range from about 3 to 75 feet. The plane vanished back on March 8th. Now more than 20 nations are involved in the search." The death toll is still rising in the aftermath of a massive mudslide that struck near the towns of Oso and Darrington in Washington early Saturday morning. Today, officials say the death toll is likely to rise above 25. Authorities believe the mudslide destroyed about 35 homes. Also, it covered part of State Highway 530, and officials say people traveling on the highway could be trapped under all the debris and rubble. Responders from all over the area are now involved in searching for survivors. The only concern is more land movement. Devastating news coming out of Austin. 18-year-old DeAndre Tatum was pronounced dead yesterday. Tatum is the fourth victim who has died in the South by Southwest tragedy. The Fort Worth teen was placed in a medically induced coma due to his extensive injuries from the March 13th incident. The suspect, Rashad Owens, remains in jail on a capital murder charge. He plowed through a barricade, injuring more than 20 people while trying to escape from police. His blood alcohol level was .114 at the time of his arrest.
Coming up on entertainment, we tell you what Grammy-winning artist has been lying about his age. And what Sports Illustrated supermodel lost the cover of Vogue to Kim and Kanye? All that and more coming up next.
Now you can make Starbucks your morning drink stop for coffee, then meet up later for happy hour after work. The coffee chain is now expanding the number of locations offering alcoholic beverages on the menu. A spokeswoman for the company says coffee will remain the focus and alcoholic drinks will not go beyond beer and wine. This all started back in 2010 with the Starbucks in Seattle and has slowly increased to about 26 locations in the U.S. The popular app Candy Crush made its debut for open trading in the stock market on Wednesday. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a disappointment because the stock price dropped 15.6%. On Tuesday, King's stock price started at $22.50 and ended at $19 per share Wednesday evening. It was the worst first-day performance for an IPO so far this year, according to data from Standard & Poor's IQ. On average, 93 million people play over 1 billion Candy Crush games every day. A Vogue cover controversy and baby news for two celebs brought together on That 70s Show. Here's Shannon with entertainment.
We've loved them since the early days of Jackie and Kelso, and now Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are expecting their first baby. It's not clear about how far along Kunis is in the pregnancy, but it will be the first child for both her and Kutcher. No, you're not being punked. Ashton and Mila are for real having a kid. Kutcher proposed to Kunis just a little over a month ago, but what will come first, a wedding or the baby? Jay-Z has 99 problems, and lying about his age might be one. According to radio host Troy Terrain, also known as Star, Beyonce's husband is 50 and not 44 like public records indicate. But how does Terrain know this? Well, because they're age mates, he said. If this is true, then Jay-Z is 18 years older than Beyonce. Terrain is not the first to question the age of the Grammy-winning star. But does it really matter? I mean, the guy still makes amazing music regardless. Jay-Z has not responded to Terrain's claims. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's cover of US Vogue made waves all over the world when it was revealed on Friday afternoon. But insiders said that it was Kate Upton, not the power couple, that was originally planned to grace the cover of the April issue. Even though Kate was not featured on the front cover, she was seen flaunting her famous curves inside the issue. Seth Rogen and James Franco recreated their own version of the Vogue cover, so Lakefront Live decided to jump on the bandwagon and see what we would look like on the cover of Vogue. And here it is. Hey, look, it's me and Steven on the cover of Vogue. Wow, you know, we don't look half bad. And now, here's Neida and Mike on the cover looking stylish and fabulous. That's all for entertainment. Back to you.
Saints women's basketball season came to an end last weekend as the Saints dropped their Sweet 16 matchup to Loyola of New Orleans 72-67. Saints finished the season 27-5. They will find out their final ranking on April 2nd. OLLU Saint and Nation's leading scorer Xavier Roberson finished second in the NAIA three-point competition. X led after the first round with 22 points, but came up short in the final round, losing to Travis Shuba of Madonna College 21-18. The All-American announcements were made for the NAIA. Two Saints made the list. First, a surprising second-team All-American for Xavier Roberson on the men's side, and for the women, Nisha Owens was an honorable mention All-American. Saints softball in action this weekend as they take on conference foe University of the Southwest in doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday. For more information, you can check out the website ollusaintathletics.com. Don't forget to like our Lakefront Live Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Tune in next week for more news, views, and trends. Have a good weekend.